What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles, bringing you What Sold Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This is a weekly live video that I do showing you strategies that I'm using, things that are working, things that aren't working, looking at my data to show you exactly what I'm looking at as I make these decisions in my business. And then the end of the video, I show you everything that sold over the past week on PoshMark Ebay and on ThredUp. So this week, I'm going to dive into where to source during the pandemic. Quarantine, things have shifted a lot. And then also I'm remote learning 3 children. So my time out and about at a store is significantly decreased. So I'm going to share a little bit about how I'm deciding what to source and how I decide if it's working for me and not working for me. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to show you my top brands and top categories for the month of September. We have about a half a day left. So I feel comfortable showing you my top brands and top categories for this month. And then also I'm going to talk a little bit about the different splits. I'm on PoshMark Ebay and currently ThredUp. So I'm on those different platforms and talk about the different splits and how I'm deciding where to allocate my time. Any questions that you have, definitely leave those in the live comments, or if you're watching this in the recording, drop them down below. It is definitely a very meaty call live. So hang on, listen out. I am, like I said, I'm remote learning, so I don't have time to do multiple videos for the different content. I jam it all into one video. So if you like content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe and the notifications as well, and hit that thumbs up for me too. As I wait for people to pop on, I am going to quickly cover a few admin type things that are going on with me this week. So I have purchased a palette. This is my second palette that I've purchased because I do reselling activities about 20 hours a week due to the kids and then social media obligations. And so a palette is a lot of inventory for me to process, and I really want to be able to give a little bit of that back. So I am doing mystery boxes. They are going on pre-sale on Friday. There is a link down below if you would like to have access to the pre-sale. There's a limited amount of them. So pre-sale means that you get access to them before they're on sale for the public. It also means that you will get a free gift with it. And they're mystery boxes in the sense that I have been showing releases on my Instagram, all like reveals on my Instagram all week. So you will have an idea of things that could be in your box. You just won't be able to specifically pick out what's in your box. They will be various sizes, or you can choose to purchase for yourself by size. So if you want to purchase a certain size, you can do that as well. So keep an eye out for that, or fill out the form if you want the pre-sale for that. The PoshFest is this week. The pre-party is starting tomorrow. There's a huge Zoom pre-party. Sheila, Violet, and Lynn are putting it on. The Posh Kings are going to be there doing their live commentary, and I will be doing a panel, I think at like 8:30 my time. So if you guys haven't, all the proceeds go to Kim City. She was in an accident and is doing a bunch of rehabilitation for that. So all the proceeds are going to go to that. I have information on my Instagram, or you can send me a DM and I can get you the information. I think they just released a few more. And then PoshFest starts on Friday. So it is about a half a day into the afternoon on Friday. And then I am going to, on my YouTube, I'm going to have a live chat for recapping what happened on day 1. So if you're not able to make it to day 1, or there's breakout sessions, there's 3 breakout sessions. So you may miss a session that you wanted to, join me live chatting on Friday about PoshFest, the highlights, and what our takeaways were from that as well. Definitely join me in the live chat. I have 3 other people joining me, but I would love your feedback in the comments as well if you attended as well. Also, PoshFest on Saturday, I will be speaking in the Successful Spreadsheet Success. A spreadsheet success. So I will be talking about how to, look at spreadsheets and use it to your data to help your Poshmark business. And then on Monday, I will be doing a live recap with Girly Girl Styles and Ashley Wheeler of 8, recapping day 2 of PoshFest. So sessions that I missed. And then if you guys would like to join that as well, join in the comments and let us know what your guys' takeaways were as well. So those are the highlights of the week. Let's get right into the data. I'm going to start off with my numbers, how I did compared to last week. I'm going to go over a little bit economics, policies, certain things like that that may be impacting your reselling business right now. I'm going to touch on those a little bit, touch on some things that maybe I've changed that could impact the business. And then I will go ahead and get into my data and show you some specific strategies that I've been doing, how my month has turned out, top brands, top categories. And then, like I said, we will get right into the actual items that sold. So this week, we are looking at September 22nd to September 29th. So when I put together this data for you, I do it yesterday. I do it on Tuesdays because I am remote learning 3 kids at home. So I do it the night before. So this is not including today's sales, but Tuesday to Tuesday, $1,381.37. That's for a total of, it's fuzzy, 38 items, I think. My number got fuzzy. So that's for a total of 38 items. What's up, guys? What's up, Vandy? I'm actually going to have Vandy's Closet on YouTube in a couple weeks. She is a pro at ThredUp and various other things, but I'm sure we'll talk about ThredUp as well. How was your guys' week? Leave your comments either in the recording or in the live chat too. How was your guys' week this week? So like I said, 38 items. So this is interesting. And I'm going to touch on why this happened. But so I made more money, but I actually was selling less items. eBay, I sold, my husband's here. Hello, Mr. Styles. If you're still watching this, can you refill my water? It's empty. I was going to send you a text. I didn't fill it up and I get thirsty after talking through this one. So eBay, the split out in my sales is 14 on eBay, 23 on Poshmark, and then I had 1 pulled on ThredUp. And when I say pulled, that means they do goodie boxes. And so you get your item pulled off of their platform and you get paid out right away. Where if it sells, you have to wait 14 days in case it does get sent back. So I'll show you that one item that did. Thanks. So I'll send you that. I'll show you guys that one item that did actually sell and talk a little bit about ThredUp as well. So what's going on in the world right now? There was a debate last night. We have a big election coming in about a month. It's a very heated election. I mean, all election years are going to cause a little bit of havoc on the pandemic, but especially this year. There's a lot going on with the election, very heated election year, as well as the pandemic in there as well. Proposed things. So the proposed stimulus, hopefully they're in talks about that at the beginning of the week. I didn't check in today, but at the beginning of the week, they had proposed something and they're hoping to do negotiations, which always makes people feel a little bit more hopeful. So hopefully you're seeing some impact of that in your sales as well. Something also that Daniela, she was on Monday, she works for the unemployment office, and something she had noted too is they did pass the extra, not all states got it, so it's going to depend on where you sell a lot too, but they did pass the extra income unemployment benefit in September. So that could have also helped increase some of your September sales. We'll look at my data in a minute, but my September was better than my August. And so I think that probably had a little bit of it to do for me as well as some other things I'll touch on. And then Poshmark announced at the end of last week, I think on Friday, maybe they submitted a draft for an IPO. So to go public. There's not a whole lot more news on that, but that is just something to be aware of and be cautious of. It could possibly change things. If it does fully go through, it can, they'll raise a lot of capital and things may be changing. So that's just something to be mindful of on Poshmark. As far as me specifically, when you're looking at my data, things that I did differently this week. So for the entire month of September, I'm going to touch on this. Next week, I'm meeting with Chris from Daily Refinement at 6:30 p.m. We'll kind of talk about setting some goals for October. But the following week, I will show you some Poshmark data, specific Poshmark data, and I'll touch a little bit more on this and what the data looks like. But for the month of September, I spent significantly less time on Poshmark. One, I'm remote learning 3 kids, so I don't have as much time. But then also, eBay has picked up. Poshmark takes a lot of time Yes, Vandy's. I did see that. Thanks for mentioning that. I did mean to mention that. ThredUp is also seeking IPO. What I heard is they're looking at the beginning of next year, and they also I just saw on their website too. They have paired up, so they are paired up with Walmart. That is something that they've had in the past, and then they are also paired up with Rent the Runway. I think you may be able to. You may be able to correct me if I said it right. I think it was with Rent the Runway, right? Vandy's Closet. So that's a higher luxury items that they're going to be pairing up with. So that's something to be mindful of. The other thing with ThredUp too, there's a lot of talk in the community. They're really behind on their customer service. Emails are taking a lot longer. DMs are taking a lot longer as well. So that's something to be mindful of if you are on ThredUp. Things that I'm doing, like I said, I'm on Poshmark less. I did it, one, because I'm remote learning, but two, I really wanted to see how much activity I need to be doing on Poshmark. eBay has kind of increased to where I felt comfortable messing around with Poshmark a little bit. So I spent at least 75% less time on Poshmark than I would in months past. I'll show you my data, and then next. So in 2 weeks, we will dig deep into my Poshmark data and see exactly what it meant on Poshmark. As far as the eBay goes, so I have consistently been listing. I list 7 items every single day, with the exception of one day last week, I only listed 6 items. I do have someone who creates listings for me, and she uses the employee access. They were having issues with that, and she wasn't able to log in. So I actually had one day, she did a phenomenal job with all of the issues that they had. But there was one day that I did not get to list 7, so I was only able to list the 6. The other thing that I did last week, I looked at my data and I have goals. I set goals. I'll show you guys in a minute. And I was like 56, 60% to my goal with like 5 days left. So I was like, I'm going to run a sale on eBay, see if I can increase some sales to get closer to my goal. So I'll show you my data to see how that worked. That's it. Let's look at my data. Actually, before we do that, this is my actual data. But before we do that, I do want to go ahead and look at eBay really quick because I think it's interesting. That's not the eBay I wanted to look at. Although on that note, I think it does start the beginning of the quarter. So if you guys have a shop, make sure, I need to make a note of that. If you have a shop, make sure to order your supplies. If you have a shop, you get free shipping supplies, so make sure to order it. I wanted to look at, I thought I had this. There it is. Okay. I was like, I thought I had it pulled up for you guys, so I wasn't as big a hot mess as usual. Okay, so here is, okay, so I wanted to look at the sale. What's going on with the sale? What is happening with my promoted listings? So promoted listings, this is my total sales are up. This is eBay specifically. Total sales are up 27%. But something that is really interesting is my promoted sales are up 65.8%, or 65 total sales. They're up 55% from the previous month. And you can see, you know, towards these last 2 weeks, they really increased. I ran 2 really good sales over the weekend. I'm starting to learn eBay a little bit better now. And so I want to try and work with their sales and how I can use that to my benefit. I've been doing a sale Thursday to Monday. So kind of taking advantage of the weekend traffic. It's working. So something I think I'm going to work on next month is lowering. So I do suggested rate for my promoted listings. I'm thinking of decreasing that a little bit. So I still have a little bit of visibility, but maybe playing a little bit more around with sales so that I can get the buyer, like give more money back to the buyer instead of more money to eBay, if that makes sense. I still want my items to be able to be seen. So I think I'm still going to do promoted listings, but maybe not at the suggested rate, maybe lower that just a little bit, and then maybe increase the sales because of if I can take, 5% off a promoted listing and now do a sale for 5% more, I was doing 20%, now I can do 25%. I'm still making the same amount of money, but the seller is seeing a bigger sale. So I think I'm going to work on that next month, starting tomorrow. So if you guys do promote a listing or sales, let me know how that works for you, but that's something I did want to touch on. I do quickly want to show you, let me show you where I'm at. So if you have a store, it's performance and then sales. And then I scroll down here and click on promoted listing sales. And this will tell you the split out between your promoted listings and your organic sales. You can see my organic sales are down 5.9%. So the sales, the promoted listings are definitely working to my advantage right now. All right, so let's look at my data. I don't know why it won't let me click off of this one. Let's look at my data. So this is the Sarah Styles Sales and Trends dashboard. I do have this for sale in my, I'll put it in my websites. I do have this for sale on my website. It is, you manage and track all of your own data. So as things get listed, it gets put in here. And then as things sell, it gets put in here. But then it allows me to see how I'm doing. It's for all platforms, up to 20 platforms. So I am going to look at ThredUp. I'm going to look at eBay. I'm going to look at PoshMark and any other platform that you would sell on. So something I want to note on, and if you've watched this in the past, I've been noticing a decrease in my average sale price. I think people are wanting to spend money still, but spending less money or budgeting a little bit better due to the circumstances. And so I'm kind of going with that. If people are spending less money, that's fine. And you can see my average sale price is down $3. But if they're spending less money, if my average sale price is going down, I want to see an increase in my sell-through rate in order to continue to hit my goals. And if you guys are interested, I'm working on a class right now, and I'm going to go in depth into this and show you the formulas and talk about it more in depth. And you can have the video forever. The link for that is down below if you guys want to sign up to get notifications when that comes out with a really good sale when it does come out. But so you have to make, your gross revenue, you have your average sale price, and you have your sell-through rate. Those essentially make up your gross revenue. So to make more money, you can sell more items, which is your sell-through rate. You can sell higher price items. Both of those are going to increase your revenue. So if I am lowering one of those variables, I'm lowering my average sale price in order to maintain my revenue or even increase it, I want to increase my sell-through rate. And so you can see here, my average sale price has decreased. However, my sell-through rate has increased. So I'm actually okay with my average sale price going down a little bit because I'm selling more items, especially because if I'm selling more items, it may be more work for me on the back end. I'm listing more items. I'm shipping more items, taking pictures. I have to buy more items. And so if I'm going to be on the strategy right now of I'm increasing my sell-through rate, I want to sell more items, I'm working on back-end efficiencies so that I'm not spending more time. If I'm having to list double amount of items, I need to be able to do that in the same amount of time that I was doing before. So I'm really working on back-end processes to help manage that. And I don't know if you guys would be interested in hearing about what I do or how I do it, a video on it maybe, or something on Instagram. But that's what I'm working on now, is really making sure those processes are efficient. And so then I can be selling more items, but not spending more time to do it. Before I was working on a higher average sale price model, increasing my average sale price, but I really just don't think that's where the market's at right now, at least in my data and what I'm seeing. So I'm going to work on a higher sell-through rate. Something else, and so far it's working for me, right? My sell-through rate is up. I've sold 45 more items, and my gross revenue is up. This is 28 days compared to the previous 28 days. So basically September compared to August. You can see down here as well. And something I like to talk about as well too. So I like to compare month over month. How is my September doing to my August? But also, how is my September doing to my previous September? So I'm up for the month of August. So hooray, I'm up for the number of items sold. My gross revenue is also up as well. And I'm definitely up year over year. So things that I've been implementing, things that I've been working on are absolutely working. Now let's go down and look at my September. Like I said, we have about, a couple hours left of the day. So I'm hoping if you guys are out there looking for anything, head over to my shop and buy something so I can hit my goal. I'm about $300 shy of my 6,000 gross revenue goal. You can see down here, I'm about 95% to my goal. This goal is coming from, I can enter in, if you have the dashboard, you can enter in whatever gross revenue you would like your goal to be. And then it'll help you monitor your goal for the month. this is what I looked at. I looked at this graph towards the end of last week, and I was at like 60%. And so it told me, like, get it together, Sarah, run some sales, try and do a couple strategies over the weekend and see if you can't get there. And I increased it 35% in the course of like 4 days. So this is why I like looking at my data, because otherwise I wouldn't have probably thought to do some of that stuff. The other thing too is it'll come down in the simulator and say, hey, you want to make this amount of money based off of your data. You can sell this many items at this average sale price. And if that's what you're doing, you need to work on getting to this many active listings. So it gives you a roadmap to where you need to be. I think that's what I wanted to touch on here. My cost of goods is still pretty low. I am anticipating this to go up if I continue to purchase pallets, which is something that I want to talk about with you guys. I am talking about, we can look at, so you can scroll down here. Let's look at my sourcing. So these are the different places that I've sourced. I'm currently moving to sourcing more pallets. It's not less time. It is on my time, where sourcing at a thrift store, I can only go, I don't take the kids with me. It's a pandemic. They were shut down for a while, but now they're back open. But I can't take them with me. And, by time all of our stuff is done at 7 o'clock at night, they're shut down. Sale days, all of that. So the pallet is something that I can, hey, 7 o'clock at night, the kids are getting ready for bed. Let me run down to my office and do some stuff. So it is, if you're interested in a pallet, I'm not seeing that it's less time. It's just on your time, if that makes sense. But let's look at how the pallet is performing for me. You can see my cost of goods for the pallet is roughly $8. So that's about $3 higher than a thrift store, and it's about $8 higher than a bins. So if you want a pallet, you need to be able to have a little bit more capital, right? And that's something, honestly, the past couple months, I have not been taking much of an income. My net has actually been pretty low because I've been reinvesting it back into the business because I need that capital to be able to buy these. You have to buy, like, cost of goods is higher, but you also buy a large quantity at a time. But you can see based off of, this is what I'm considering. Should I continue with the pallets? I bought my first pallet in towards the end of July. It took me about a month to get everything organized, pictures taken. I started listing towards the end of August and in through September. So this is going up, which is what I like to see. I purchased my second pallet, and I'm going to start processing it this week. So I'll keep an eye and see how that's doing for me. Cost of good is higher, but you can see here my average profit for the pallet is $27.66. That's honestly higher than I was anticipating. So as of right now, I'm leaning towards this might be a good investment for me, but I want to get a little bit more data and look a little bit more at how much is selling, how it's selling, and that kind of stuff. And I honestly miss a thrift store. So I think I may go back to a thrift store in the next week or two to get me a week or two worth of inventory and get some other stuff processed to get a better idea of how the pallet's performing for me. All right. So who wants to see some top brands and categories for? Oh, so Vandy, sorry, I missed this comment. Vandy saying, we're talking about rent the runway on ThredUp. I have zero experience with Rent the Runway, but some people say it's pretty overpriced, so it'll be interesting to for sure. Yeah, so I'm thinking it'll bring a higher, so they have Walmart all the way to Rent the Runway. I mean, they're covering all their bases. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. So top categories for me for the month. If you're new to this, what's up, Daniela? If you're new to this dashboard, you have sell-through rate here versus your average sale price. So up in here is my BOLO brands. It means I have a high sell-through rate and I'm selling a lot of what I purchased, and I also have a high average sale price. So what's up here is electronics. This is stuff my brother-in-law gave me. I don't really love electronics. I did look at a pallet of electronics today. I don't love shipping them, and I don't love storing them. So I'm a little, especially, you know, a pallet, like I don't think I have room to store 500 electronic items. So I don't know about that. Rompers is up here, but this is something too. You can see the circle is really small. The smaller the circle, the less items that I have. So Rompers is up there with a 50% sell-through rate. However, I only have 2 of them. So I don't necessarily know that those are top sellers. It just means one of the 2 have sold. Another one that's up there. So sweaters are starting, you know, it's fall. People are starting to come in. What's up, Duncan? People are starting to come in or starting to buy fall stuff. The majority of the palette that I bought, it was Free People and Lucky. The majority of it was sweaters. So this is leading to some of that 23% sell-through rate. And something I want to touch on too. So how do you know what is a good sell-through rate? What is working well for you? So my sell-through rate for September is 12%. My sell-through rate 28 days over 28 days for the month is 13%. So anything over that 13% to me is doing better than my normal, right? Those are, you know, doing really well for me. Sweaters is up there. Let's see. Bags, 12%. So that's tracking right along normal for me. ASP, bags have a higher, so something with a higher ASP tends to have a lower sell-through rate. That seems to be the case here with bags as well. Jackets, tracking right along 12%. Sell-through rate, 47% or $47 ASP. I love winter tends to do better for me in the sense of average sale price. Boots cost more, jackets cost more, sweaters typically cost more, right? So I like to see that. Jackets, the sell-through rate, I'm anticipating this to increase because as we get into winter, people will be spending more. Home goods is 11% and a $42 average sale price. That's stuff that I've gotten from my brother-in-law. I'm no longer taking consignment from him. So you'll start to see that trickle out. Shoes is at a 10% sell-through. This used to do really well for me. And I'm wondering, I don't know what you guys are noticing in your closets sales as well. If shoes are decreasing because people aren't out and about anymore. I wear my slippers. I have them on now, but I wear my slippers all the time, so I don't really need new shoes. So I don't know if that's what's happening there. I may dig a bit deeper into my data, maybe in 2 weeks, and look a little bit more into shoes for you guys. Jeans, my sell-through rate is 15% there, so that's above average for me. I'm anticipating that to increase a little bit as well. That's definitely up from last month. So it is getting there. Average sale price is $28. Accessories, look at this. So this goes to the theory, sell-through rate. I have a high sell-through rate there because it's a low average sale price. So these are just strategies that you can look at. Tops, 12% sell-through, $21 average sale price. Pants, my sell-through is low there and a low average sale price. So to me, this is telling me I either need to quit picking up pants or I need to dig deeper into what pants are selling and make better decisions about pants. Dresses, low sell-through. That's no surprise. We're going into fall right now. People really aren't dressing up so much either. Skirts, typically, I rarely pick up skirts. Skirts typically are low. Oh, Daniela is saying shoes are my #1 sellers. So that's good to know. So Daniela is selling shoes. My shoes are not doing quite as well as I'm wanting them to do. So that's telling me dig deeper into my data, figure out what shoes aren't selling, what's happening. I might just need to relist some stuff, work on SEOs, better pictures, and it might just be I'm not purchasing the correct shoes. Let's see, skirts. I went over intimates. I don't buy a lot of intimates, but a 6% sell through, and then pants. So those are my top brands. You can look over here at the days on hand as well. So low days on hand skirts. That's because it's the palette. So those are just new. We'll see how long they actually sit. Bags, like I said, my average sale price is a bit higher, but sometimes those do sit. I don't mind that because they sell higher and they do sell. Top brands, we're getting to about the halfway mark. So I'm going to just quickly go over some of the big ones here so that we can get into the actual items that sold. Coach, I do love my Coach, a 32% sell-through rate, $54 average sale price. That has gone down. So this is going into I'm noticing people are spending, but they're wanting to spend a lot less. Last year, it was around $69 average sale price. And now it's down to $54 average sale price, 32% sell-through rate though, which is still really good. Another one, the North Face is up there, 33% sell-through, $48 average sale price. Most of what I pick up for the North Face is going to be jackets, hoodies, just because I sell higher. The North Face will sell. I just like higher average sale price items. So a jacket, I sold a jacket. I'll show you guys in a minute. I sold a jacket yesterday, I think, for $75. So definitely the North Face. Page, so Page at $34 average sale price. Those are jeans. Nike's up there, $35, 50% sell-through rate. So over here, we're looking at, I'm having, up in, you guys can't see where that is. Up in here is going to mean I have a high sell-through rate. Miss Me, those are jeans, 75% sell-through rate. This is helping guide me. You can notice a lot of these are pants. BKE are a 28% sell-through rate. So it's guiding me in what is selling through. Dansko's a 22% sell-through rate. What are some of my high average sale price? This is a purse. No surprise there. Purses via Spiegel is a pair of boots that sold. So those are some of my top brands. Sita is like a boutique brand. Cole Haan, 21% sell-through rate. Columbia. So Columbia, average sale price is going to be lower than Patagonia, the North Face, but it still sells. Sell-through rate 16%. Like I said, if it's above that 12 or 13%, those are things that are doing better than my normal, right? Daniela and then Michael Kors too. Michael Kors is mainly purses, if not all purses. I sell a ton of sneakers, boots, and clogs. I'm hoping that I don't do a lot of sneakers. Maybe I should look into that. I have a lot of boots, so I need to really dig deep into that. One thing I want to touch on, and then we will get into actual items that sold, unless there's questions that you guys specifically have. I only recently not recently, I've been on eBay now. I'm trying to think what month it is, 9-10 months now. Only recently, May, June-ish, did I start actually making consistent sales on eBay. But now you can see my eBay is my main platform. This is over $1,300 more on eBay. Keep in mind what I track are my gross numbers. So that is shipping is not taken out, fees are not taken out. Poshmark doesn't have shipping included unless I give a shipping discount, which I rarely do. So keep that in mind. This number does include shipping. So that's going to be a little bit less money that I'm keeping for myself. And then as well as the fees, typically speaking, recently my fees on eBay have been 13 to 17-ish%. Poshmark is 20%. But eBay is definitely performing, which is why I was willing to take a little bit of a risk on Poshmark and say, hey, I'm 75% less activity on Poshmark. What is that going to do? You can see I am down month over month. I'm down or year over year. So this is September of last year. I'm comparing to, I was not on eBay last year, so I don't have a comparison there. But September last year on Poshmark, I was down about $400, which is not too bad considering we're in a pandemic. But I can look at, I'm going to show you the month before because I've decreased my Poshmark activity. I'm still sharing. Sharing absolutely has to happen. I've actually increased my Poshmark sales. So I have decreased my activity on Poshmark. Daniela, we were talking about this on Monday. I've decreased my Poshmark activity, 75% less activity. I'm going to look to my data and show you guys that in a couple weeks. But I have decreased my Poshmark activity. Last month, when I was doing 75% more activity on Poshmark, I was at 1,900. And this month it was, let's look, where is that? This month I was at 21. So it's all about what you're listing. That is true. And so I'm going to touch on that too. So Daniela, some of it is, you have to be on it. It's a social app, but yes, it's all about what you're listing. And I think a lot of this has to do with my palette started listing. It's free people. People want free people. It's what people are wanting. So I think that is a very valuable point. We have sold so much Allegra. I love it. So that's how platforms are performing for me. And then you can see ThredUp just down here, itty bitty little ThredUp. I've had 2 sales processed. They're both been things that I've pulled for goodie boxes. So my average sale price so far on there is $3.80. And I'll show you guys in a minute, but I pay for expedited shipping. So far I've not even made money there because what I've sold is gone to pay back the expedited shipping. So I've actually not even made money on ThredUp yet. That's all I wanted to touch on. I'm going to touch on this because I never really look at this with you guys. I track my financial data separately in a different spreadsheet. Surprise, surprise. But I do have this in here. My fees are not up to date because eBay does not make this easy to do. I usually do like one big thing. But my shipping is up to date. So my shipping for eBay, 9% cost for shipping, and then my cost of goods. So this is up to date. My cost of goods are currently 13.9% of my revenue split out. So minus all of this, like I said, my fees aren't up to date. So this portion is slightly lower, but the cost of goods is 66%. So this can help you to visually look at, hey, I want to bring home more net money. If I lower my cost of goods, that means this is going to get bigger. This pie is going to get bigger. I'm going to make more net, right? So I just wanted to touch on that for you guys really quickly. Who wants to see actual items that sold? Let's start with ThredUp. Here's ThredUp. So this is the one. This is weird. And Vandy, if you're still on, maybe you can help me. So what I don't love so far about ThredUp is you look at the website and it looks differently and says something different than the app, then also the emails. So I've gotten 2 emails that say I've had 2 items selling, and those 2 items have actually been this expired item and this item that's sold. They both got paid out right away. And so I think that they were pulled. However, on my phone, it shows me that they've both been paid out, but on the computer, it says one is expired and one sold. So I don't know what that is. But if you come up and look, so then if you come up and look here, my earnings is this 760, which is this 3.52, and then the remainder of like $4 and something here is my earnings. But like I said, I pay for expedited processing. So it gets processed in 1 week instead of like 6 months, like the processing time is right now. And so it only comes out of your earnings. So you don't pay for it up front. But like I said, right now I'm still negative $8.40. So that's that. I have 3 kits in, 1 kit is processing. So that's how ThredUp's going for me. I will keep you guys up to date. Let's go ahead and look at let's look at some eBay. Actually, I like to do Poshmark first. It's smoother. Can you guys see? Okay, so yes, so this is a valued point, and I will keep you guys updated on how this goes for me. I really hate how they do the accounting on the site or the app. And that's something that I'm noticing. Obviously, I track all my data. I'm very diligent in my bookkeeping, and it's proving that it's going to be very time consuming to monitor and keep track of all of that. And also something I want to show you too is they don't make it easy for you to see. So I'm in a kit right now. I can't just go to all of my items that sold. I have to come down. These are all the kits that I have. So these are items that have sold, but they still have their 14 days. But I can't just look at, I have to go into each kit to look at things. And I can't just look at, it's very, I don't like it either, Randy. To be honest, and it's going to be time consuming. So I'm not sure. We'll see how this goes for me. Keep watching. You guys will see my thoughts on ThredUp. All right, so let's get into Poshmark. Actual things that sold on Poshmark. Can you guys see this? Yes, okay. Sorry, I'm just moving. I have to move some screens around to get this all on here. Okay, so actual things that sold on Poshmark, free people, new with tax. So something I want to mention as well is my average sale price has gone down. And part of this is I think people are having less money and buying lower price average items. But I'm also noticing, I've talked about this all month, and you guys have mostly been saying that you're noticing the same thing, a lot of lower offers. So something that I've done in September is take offers. I mean, I am taking the majority of offers that are being sent to me. And so they made this, like this sweater was listed at $55. I took $30 on it. That's almost half. The 50% offer, it's almost half, but it's $30 I didn't have before. I still made a profit. That profit I can now reinvest into more money. And like I said, if my sell-through rate is going up, I'm working on increasing my sell-through rate. I can process more items. Ultimately, I'm going to make more money, right? So that's kind of my strategy for now. On that note, if you watch my YouTube channel, it doesn't mean send me all kinds of low offers. I still would like to make money. And I'm sharing this information with you guys because these are strategies that I'm using and that I think are helpful to see what I'm doing, looking at my data, how I'm pivoting my business. Okay, so this is interesting. Vandy's saying I send pretty much all free people to ThredUp. Some of I've sold, and I'll share once they get paid out, Vendy, I will share it on here. I got a pallet. Most of it was free people. I put it on PoshMark, I put it on eBay, and then I sold it to ThredUp. I'm going to show you the differences between how it does on all the different platforms. I haven't got paid out for any of it on ThredUp yet. Daniela, I'm accepting most offers too. Yep. This coach, but here's the thing too, and I've talked about this in the past, I'm accepting offers, but it kind of all balances out because I accepted this offer. It was a little bit less than I would have wanted, but then that same day, this sold for full price. Like I would have accepted $50 for this probably or something, right? Like, so it kind of all evens out, and there's no denying on these platforms, Poshmark and eBay, sales beget sales. So if I take this lower offer, it gets sales going and then I make more money. This is free people. It's from the palette as well. Like I said, this is North Face. This was listed for, it's extra large, the North Face. It is working for, it was listed for like maybe a day. I'm thinking it was possibly hours. Sell for less and more volume is hard work, but it works. Censor low offers everyone. Hey, Duncan. Vandy's saying I'm taking most offers as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of just where we're at. But it is hard work and it can be more work. But like I said, I'm working on back-end processes to not spend more time doing this model. Ideology, this was from a palette that I bought from a friend. They bought two. And unfortunately, this is really unfortunate. This is Poshmark. I think Poshmark really needs to encourage bundling on their site and tell people about it, because this was the same person. They bought this one, sent me an offer, I accepted it. And then, or I think they bought this one first actually, because it was more. And then they sent me one for $10 and I accepted it. And then I realized it was the same person. I sent them a message and say, hey, if you want to cancel it and buy them together, and then you only have to pay one shipping. She tried to cancel it. Poshmark wouldn't let her. I tried to cancel it and it was giving me an error. Poshmark customer service, she never heard back. I have a good shipping time, so I shipped them out. I think if Poshmark really encouraged bundling, that's one of the big advantages that they have over some of the other platforms, because you have a flat rate shipping. £5 for $7.99 or whatever it is. Like, that's ridiculous. They should really be pushing the bundling as well. Vintage jeans, vintage Levi's were really big about a year ago. They're still out there, but it's not really as trendy as much. But these are an orange tab made in USA. They sold Sloan Reagan. This was for my cousin's boutique. It sold $28. These, I think people are like specifically, I've never heard of it. I got a bunch of inventory from my cousin's boutique, brands I didn't really know. But these, there was a lot of these like slip type dresses, tank dresses, and they like sell. And I've had multiple people say, hey, do you have this in a different color? Full buys, which means someone searching for it on Google and then buying it. Here's a Coach bag. This offer was about 50% off. I think I had it listed for $80. It was 50% off and I took it. But then here, this Broncos jersey was a full buy. Right? So it kind of all evens out, and it's money. I made money. I had a great month. I'm 95% to my goal. So if I can sell $300 for the rest of the day, I will hit my goal today. Paige, these are jeans. These were a very reasonable offer, if not full price. Nikki Rich. I think I sent an offer on this. I'll let you guys know now, and we'll see what the data did. I did not send out one offer to like for the month of September. I used to do it every day. And at the end of every night, I would send out offers to all my hearts, and I didn't do it for the month. And that has saved, even just sending out offers to all my hearts once a day, that saved me an hour a day. And whether I'm working, which sometimes I am putting that time back into the business, or spending time with my husband, it is an hour back that I got. And you can see my Poshmark sales weren't really impacted. I'm still listing I have about 900 active listings, good stuff, new at tag, free people, and then really good thrifted stuff as well. And so I think to Daniela's point, right, it's stuff that you're listing. I'm still on there sharing. I'm still on there doing other various activities, listing, and then making sales, taking some of these offers to get sales going. These shoes were a full out buy for $72. So I'm taking lower offers, but then I'm also getting full buys. These shoes were I think they were listed for $44. So it was a really good offer. So my point back, so this was an offer, but what I'm doing is when I have time and I'm bored, I will go in every once in a while and just send out some offers in a bundle. And someone took this offer, but I'm talking like maybe 3 a day or something. Nothing crazy. Spider, this sold day of. Spiders. So I'm in Colorado. We see, active wear, Spider, Patagonia, the North Face, all of that. This free people, this is kind of funny. So this, I have a lister. She creates drafts on eBay, and then she just puts them on Poshmark as she's listing. And so she was in and listing today, and she listed it, and then it sold with as she was listing. And she's like, did that really just sell? And I was like, yeah, it totally did. This she listed for $50. I got sent an offer for $45. So I took it. See, so I get reasonable offers and I get full price buys. So taking a little bit less for some items is working for me. Q2 Fox Fur, this was a 50% offer. It was listed at $50. One of the big reasons, I'm going to be honest, one of the big reasons I took this brand is like hit or miss on whether it's not a highly sought after brand. I went and looked at my eBay, and it had very few views. It had no watchers on it. And, so it's not getting a lot of visibility. It's not something that I'm like convinced it'll sell again. And you can't return on Poshmark. Honestly, that was one of the big drivers for me. You buy on eBay and someone buys it, especially, okay, this is a winter jacket. It's not highly sought after. Someone buys it on eBay. They buy it. It doesn't fit. They don't like it. I've never had anything bad for returns, but I have 2 to 5 returns open in a month, mostly all for fit. It doesn't fit or I don't like it, right? Which is fine. I offer that on eBay, but then they have a month, so they get it. They take, 2 weeks to try it on and decide they don't like it. Then they open a case to return it, and then they have a month. So now it's been 6 weeks that I don't have this item to sell. So now I'm going into the middle of October or middle of the winter. It's a fur jacket, fox fur jacket. And it wasn't getting a lot of visibility anyways. So when someone sent me an offer for half off, I was like, it's on Poshmark. They can't return it. So I don't have to worry about all of that. I'm going to take it. Prana, these sold full price. So I'm taking this low offer. This actually is not included in the dashboard. I have not shipped it out yet because it sold right before this call. What's up, guys? All right. So Duncan, now that you're on, you missed the beginning. I want to ask you a question about promoted listings. And we have a few more people on. So I am going to ask, because Megan's on as well. Vandy was on, but Daniela. So on eBay, promoted listings, I'm considering lowering my promoted listings and messing around with running bigger sales, right? So let's say I run a 20% sale right now. So I'm normally running 20% sale on the weekends. If I lower my promoted listings by 5%, I can now run a sale for 25% and encourage people to buy more, right? Like if you see an item for 25% off, you're going to be more apt to buy it. So I think I might mess around with promoted listings this month and lower my promoted listings, but then increase sale percentages. And the other thing I want to talk about, if you guys do best offers, I'm finally getting into the flow of eBay. So they have all these strategies that I now am feeling comfortable messing around with a little bit. From a data perspective, I highly recommend changing one thing for like a month if you're a full-time seller, possibly longer if you're not, to see how that one thing impacts your sales. Because if you change 7 things, then you're not going to know which one did what, right? So I am curious about best offers. Right now I do have best offer on and I'm fine taking offers. However, on eBay, the thing I'm curious about with best offers, my husband mentioned this. I don't buy on eBay a lot, but my husband mentioned that when he buys, he will send a really low offer and then it gets declined, and then he'll go up $5 and then it gets declined, and he'll find what their lowest threshold is and then send that offer. So I think I'm currently, eBay automatically sets it to 50%, I think, and I just leave it there. I'm thinking about increasing that a little bit to not get quite as low offers. I'm just hesitant because then maybe I'm not getting, I won't make as many sales, right? Or maybe it'll increase. Okay, one of my students, so Duncan's saying one of my students did that and she got about 15 sales in the first day. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is running more sales, still making the same amount of money, just taking that percent out of promoted and putting it into sales. So this is the thing, Vandy. Yes. Are you looking to go flat rate? Currently, I do trending. Yes. So that's kind of the issue. I currently do trending suggested rate. I wish that eBay had trending minus 2%, right? Because some trending is 12% and some trending is 2%. So if I go down to 2%, I'm actually staying the same on my listings, but I'm decreasing some of my listings by like 7%, right? So I wish that they had like trending minus percent, but I am thinking of doing like just a low. So like Megan's saying, I only do 1% to start. So maybe lowering it to, yes, just a flat rate, having it on there, but not doing a suggested. Duncan's saying use auto decline and auto accept on best offer on eBay. Yes. So I do that. I'm just wondering if I should increase my auto decline amount if people are taking advantage of having it too low. Like they figured out how to do that, which I don't buy a lot, so I hadn't thought about that. All right, let's get into some eBay items. I did this in the past. So eBay doesn't let you, eBay shows you the listed price if you accepted an offer, and I think it's been helpful to show you guys what it actually sold for. So I'm going to bring up my solds and tell you what it actually sold for. So Technica is actually really nice. These are like fur brands. The original Technica were made, they're made on like reservations and stuff, and some of them are gorgeous. This is like I don't know. It's not like one of the like highly sought after ones, but it's nice. But one of the problems is, yeah, you can see there's like somewhere some of the fur was coming off because these can sell for really high. These ones I've had for about a year. Someone sent me, I'm trying to find these. Someone sent me, no, I think I just had these listed low. I'm over them. Oh no, someone sent me an offer for $20 and I took it. BKE, these were listed for $24. I had an offer for $18 and I took them. So I've mentioned this in the past. I have items, you can get these at garage sales or the bins or whatever for really low prices. And I have them strictly, I don't make any money off of them just to get sales going. So it sold for $4, typically with free shipping. Yeah. So someone sent me an offer for $3 and it was free shipping. So I think I lost like a nickel, but it gets sales going. It makes eBay happy. So I do it. This is a Free People listed for $49. I had an offer for $35 and I took it. This dress, $23. I had an offer for $13 and I took it. So, that's more than half off. Free People. But then you get this, a $30 top, an offer for $25, a reasonable offer. Columbia, I do notice, honestly, I am noticing that eBay shoppers are much more savvy and much more of a bargain shopper. PoshMark, I think they don't, not quite as much. I don't know if you guys notice that either. This jacket was listed for $77 and they sent me an offer for $40. So again, almost half. Free People, this was listed for $79 and I had an offer for $60. So that's a fairly reasonable-ish offer. This was fast and free. I have a couple freely shipping on stuff. I don't love it, but I do have some. I always forget to take it off. I see that here and then I'm like, I'm going to take it off and then I forget. So this was listed for $28. This was purchased for $28. So it was purchased for a full out buy. This was listed for $25 and I had an offer for $18. So these are from a palette. This is not from the palette I purchased. Before I decided to purchase a palette, I bought some items off of a palette of a friend of mine to kind of get an idea of how it goes and how it would sell. So this was off of her palette. This is Free People, $36, an offer for $25. I mean, I would have liked a little bit more than that, but like I said, I'm taking things. BDG, this, and you guys might have some. This was, they wanted return shipping on it. It wasn't, no, it actually wasn't this one, but I'll ask it now. So I take returns, but it was a different item. They said it was item not as described because it actually wasn't this one. Item not as described because it wasn't the fabric content that I said it was. So on eBay, you can only pick one fabric content. So I picked one of the multiple fabric contents. And then I have a picture of all of the other fabric contents. So she's saying it's not the content that was on the dropdown. It is the content that was on the dropdown, but she's saying it was this other fabric. And I'm like, well, there's a picture of it. It's also the other fabric. So I took the return, but I don't want an item not as described on my track record. So I opened a claim, but I'm not really sure if that's the right way to go. So I don't know. This actually, she asked for a return. She hasn't done a return yet. It says medium, like you can see, it says medium right there. And she's like, there's no way these are medium. And I'm like, I only list for what it says. So you're welcome to return it, but that's that. This, $81 listed, an offer for $57. These were a full out buy. So I still am getting people buying full price. So I kind of think it evens out. So this is when I started the sale. And you guys will start to see I'm getting offers on top of the sale. So I have to figure out, like, if I run a sale maybe a little bit lower than the offer because people are still sending offers on top of the sale. So this was a 25% off sale and they sent me an offer for $35. This was an $18. But they sent me an offer for $15. So this was on sale. They also sent me an offer. I don't know. Are you guys noticing that? You run a sale and people are still sending you offers. For $26, I took it. This was on sale. I also got an offer for $35. I took it. This, again, was on sale. See, I think the sale just gets... As I'm going through these, let me know what you guys think. The sale just lets people know that I'm willing to negotiate, I guess, because all of these sale items I took offers on. And maybe it helps get visibility because I clicked off of it. Sorry, guys. But that was an offer for $38. That actually I did counter offer. Oh, I skipped over that one. Sorry. That was a J. Crew and I did take an offer on it. Jacket. This is Free People from the palette. I took an offer on. So this was on sale and someone sent me an offer. This was on sale. Someone sent me an offer for $50. So this was on sale, 25% off, and someone bought it. Hooray. There's a full price sale off of my sale. This was on sale and someone bought it for the sale price. This was on sale and someone bought it for the sale price. This was on sale and someone sent me an offer for $30 and I took it. This was not on sale, but someone sent me an offer for $15, so almost 50% off, and I took it. This was on sale and someone sent me an offer for $50, so $30 off of asking. This was on sale and someone sent me an offer. Do you guys notice that? You run a sale and then people still send you offers. Sent me an offer for $19. This was on sale, $24. They bought it on the sale. This was on sale and they sent me an offer for $1 less. It's like, why even do that, right? $1. These were purchased full out. These were actually purchased overnight, and I woke up to an offer, which I would have accepted, and then they actually bought them. So, okay, I'll take it. This was actually a return, so you guys may have seen it before. It did sell again. So that's the thing with returns, is they will sell again. This was an offer for $48. This was purchased at that price, and someone, they asked for different colors, but then didn't end up purchasing multiple colors. This was the sale. So, and then they still asked an offer for $30. Sale. This was, on sale, but then I also got an offer on it. This was purchased for the full price. So some of them are purchasing for the sale price. This was purchased for the sale price at $13.52. This was an offer for $15. Cole Hand is so hit or miss for me, honestly. Sometimes it sits, sometimes it sells high, sometimes it sells low. I have no idea. This was on sale, but they sent an offer for $33. This was also on sale, $60, $20 off, right? And so it sent an offer for $50. And I think I did counter offer this one. I think they sent me one for like $30. And I was like, no, like, get out of here. And then this is the same jacket in a different color, and they sent an offer for $55. BKE, $21. This was purchased full out. Here's the North Face, 25% off sale. Sent an offer for $75. It was $50 off. This was an offer for $32. This I did counter. I think they sent an offer for $20, which was less than half off. So I did counter that. And I just listed this. It's Coach. I knew it would sell a little bit higher. This was sold for that same price. It's like I'm not surprised these sold right now. They're like perfect Halloween tops, right? And then the last one is this Tory Burch. It did sell for that $48.03. I woke up to it this morning. Those are my sales. Let me check in with the chat really quick. How are you guys doing? I know I asked questions. What's happening? If you're comfortable, you can change your auto decline accept amount. I think I might do this because, as you guys saw, like, I was running a sale and then they were still sending me offers for less. So that might help. That bulk edit promoted listings and set to 3% and run the 20% off sale at the same time. That's what I'm thinking of doing, for sure. So I'll keep you guys posted. I keep my auto decline at $2 because I know I want it anyway. I was told the more activity, the better. That's true, right? So like if I do auto decline, then I may be getting offers that I'm not necessarily sure of. I keep the auto decline low as well. Sales give you a boost in a search. So taking some of those lower offers are helping you get a boost in the search, and sales give you a large number of offers to watchers. That's true. So on that point, I would get, I think by Tuesday, I was sending out offer. If it was anything that I had just listed, I ran the sale on my entire store. If it was anything that I had just listed, I wasn't sending out additional offers. If it was something that had been listed more than a month, I would send out like an extra 5 or 10%, depending on what it was. And then on Tuesday, when the sale ended, I sent out offers to everyone. I don't think I got any sales that way, but I think it does help you get some activity there. So I am wondering, maybe I should keep the auto decline to about 50%, and then do what Duncan's saying here, promoted listings set to 3% and run the 25% off sale at the same time. So I'm likely going to do that. So stay tuned, see what happens next week. Actually, next week is 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard with Chris from A Daily Refinement. We'll go over my sales for September and then talk about October goals as well. It's always really good conversation that comes out of that. And then the following week is going to be this Wednesday call, right? So, and then just quickly, I am having YouTube, 2 special YouTubes this week. The normal Friday is the recap of day 1 of PoshFest. Monday will be the normal time for the accountability call, but we'll actually be talking about the PoshFest day 2. If you're going to PoshFest, I will be speaking at the 11:45 breakout session on Saturday about spreadsheet success. That's it. And I am speaking on a panel on the PoshFest pre-party tomorrow. So, and I just got notification that my ThredUp process bag has been processed, which means that I need to go in and increase my prices real quick. So I'm going to do that before dinner. I hope you guys have a good night. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Have a good night.